Hello? Let's see if anybody comes on. Okay, I'm here to give updates on me and Pop. Um, Pop is in rehab at Ocala Oaks. Now that I know I can go live on this particular phone, yes, I will go live when I go see him this afternoon so he can see y'all. Um, as you can see, I've had some more of my foot whacked off. I just got home last night. Um, Me and Donovan has been sitting crunching numbers on payroll and everything. And I don't know. So I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to go see him. He'll be happy that I've actually got into his account so he can go live. He's been wanting to get on and say hello to everybody, but that'll be this afternoon pretty late. I've got to there's so much shit I got to do. There's several things I've got to do. I've just got to wrap my head around everything. We I am listen. This period point blank. I get on Pop all the time about getting on this his channel and poor mouthing. Crying broke all the time and everything. Things could be so much worse. I tell him things could be so much worse. But we're in kind of a pickle right now. I just got out of the hospital. We just got my paycheck, Donovan's paycheck. My paycheck was $700. Donovan's paycheck is $400 because he is not a full-time associate. We have got to pay out $1,400. So we are shy several $100s. Somebody suggested, one of you guys that's been emailing to my private email has suggested doing a small GoFundMe. I'm not sure how to do it. It's been a minute since I've tried. I think I'm going to. And by any means, I'm not begging. We're just in a freaking pickle thanks to this. It's going to take 2 weeks for me to get my short-term disability started. But I need to get some of this stuff off my back. Namely, let's see. Oh my gosh. I'm catching up my car payment today. That's $500. That's the important stuff. But there's smaller things that's due that I've got to catch. I've got to make the payments on. One of which is my cell phone, just so I can make sure everything is, I can stay connected to my doctors and Pop's doctors. I've got Wi-Fi calling on my phone, but that don't work half the time. So I'm going to take up her suggestion and do a small GoFundMe. If anybody can help, great. If not, oh, this is such a shit show. Oh, Lord. I even took my bandages off this damn thing, and where they've got the staples, where they took this big, it looks like a zombie bit off my big toe into my foot because they took the whole knuckle off. And I've got staples. Here's the nub where they took it in December. So that it's all this space, and it comes down like a big ass bite mark. Excuse my language. So I got staples all the way across there. I've got a blister over here. How do I have a damn blister? I just got home. There wasn't a blister when they changed this thing before I left yesterday. But anyway, like I said, one of you guys suggested to go ahead and do a small GoFundMe and see what happens. That's what I'm gonna do. I haven't figured out how to put it on here or anything yet. It's fucking, I was fine because I thought my check was going to be one thing and it turned out to be something completely freaking different. I completely forgot that they were going to take out for all of my benefits, and they did. They did. That's like $400. That totally screwed me. Lord help. This is crazy. You know, I keep hearing my mom in my head, when it rains, it pours, you know. I was sitting with Pop this past Monday at the rehab, and told him, hey, Pop, I'm going to the ER for my toe, just so they'll give me some antibiotics. I went to the ER. Hey, we're going to send you home with some antibiotics, but first we're going to do an MRI. They did the MRI. An hour later, they came in and said, hey, good news and bad news. I said, what? Let's start with the good news. I need some. She says your A1Cs are 4.5. I said, great. Bad news is you're being shipped to Shands. I'm like, huh? She's already put the order in. I said, huh? I said, I can't. My father is in a rehab. I'm the only driver. This, that, and the third. You know, I laid my... She said, look, if you leave here, you're losing your foot. Give it a couple of days, you're losing your foot. The antibiotics are not going to do what they need to do for that foot. Next thing I know, I was on an ambulance to Gainesville. All the doctors came in that night when I got there. Next morning, orthopedic surgery come in. Hey, look, you know, this is the deal. You know, we looked at the MRI, and your big toe down to some meta something knuckle, that knuckle, and down into the metacarpal bone is ate up with osteomyelitis. And we're going to have to take that toe. And they started drawing all these lines about where they were going to take it, this, that, and the third. They ended up taking a whole ligament from where that toe was to my ankle. It had spread. The osteomyelitis was trying to spread up to my ankle joint. There was inflammation and something going on in the ankle joint. That's why it was so soon, it's so fast. She said, I'll be ready for surgery this afternoon or in the morning. And in the morning at 8 o'clock, I was in surgery. So, that's our pickle. The last thing I want to do is do a freaking GoFundMe on this stuff. That's the last thing I want to do. I'm trying to figure out things on my end, but boy, I tell you what, this is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Or if anybody's got any suggestions on ways to cut around this and get people to work with these bills, that would be great. I would appreciate that even. I just don't know what else to do. Heck, I don't even know how to go on here and do a damn GoFundMe anymore. It's been so freaking long. It's been years. And then did it work? It worked a little bit. I don't know. I feel like I'm begging. That's it. And I get on Pop all the time about this. Please, Pop, if you need anything, just let me know. I'll get it. We'll work it out. But with both of us down, and Donovan the only one working, I'm kind of fucked because excuse my language, oh my Lord. Anyway. But that's what's going on. Hey, Lisa. Yeah. Yay me. I'm so I didn't even know I could go live on this phone until Donovan showed me a minute ago. But that's just everything that's going on. It's just crazy. It's so freaking crazy. I don't even know if this is a good idea. I'm trying to get my Etsy store up and running. I was going to sell the stuff that I was making, which is a good idea. But I'm trying to weigh the pros and cons about if I could get this up and running and sell beading supplies. I was thinking about that. because everybody wants acrylic beads. And you go to Hobby Lobby and Michael's and stuff for these acrylic beads, you're paying a lot of freaking money. Um, but it costs some money to get Etsy running. So I'm having to put that on back burner. I can't do that. I need to get this other stuff paid first. Do y'all think it's a good idea to... I've had a few of y'all talk to me via email, because I left it on there for y'all to contact me because I couldn't get into Pop's page anymore. And one of you guys suggested the GoFundMe. I don't like the idea of GoFundMe. They take a percentage of it anyway, and then I constantly feel like I'm begging. I want to be able to sell this stuff that I'm doing. I've got so much of it. But like I said, Etsy costs some money. Do I spend the money? I'm scared to spend the money on stuff that like this and it don't sell when I need to be paying these bills. I'm making payments on a damn oven. Pop says I shouldn't be doing it. I should have had the landlord replace it, but Pop broke the other one. He set the other one on fire. That's why I'm making payments on this. Because when he cooks, Pop cooks at a high heat, and if it's grease, it pops all over the place, and it caught fire. That's how Pop cooks. Tell him to set it down. Well, it gets done faster this way. It's a male mentality. That's all the way I could describe it. So that's why I'm replacing that stove. I'm making payments on that. I'm making one payment. I can make one payment, and they'll push back another payment to the end of the billing thing. So that gives me some breathing room there. But internet don't give me no breathing room. The landlord don't give me no breathing room. And the car payment don't give me no breathing room. Car payment worked with me the last time I was on surgery. I had surgery. And the cats don't feed themselves. I've got to get cat food again. I just replaced dog food. This is crazy. I don't know how long I'm going to be down to work. It's 2 whole weeks I lose waiting for short-term disability to get approved. Brain fart. I mean, when I tell you I got stuff, I've got stuff that I could sell. I just don't know if it'll sell. I've sold a bunch at work. I made a bunch of Hello Kitty phone charms, and I made a bunch of Mickey Mouse phone charms. I have got, these are acrylic beads, but they are for, this one is for a K-pop group called Stray Kids. There's 8 members, so there's 8 different beads. I was thinking about breaking them down into 8-pack beads for the whole group, and then selling them group-wise, because a lot of people love this stuff. I also have a K-pop group beads like this for, hold on, I just separated them all. Oh my gosh. Oh, here they are. I just separated them from BTS. Again, I've got a bunch of beads like this that I can sell, because people's asked, about the chains I made for these groups, but they have asked where I got the beads from. Well, the people I get these beads from in China are not making them anymore. So I'm thinking about breaking them down to, BTS has 8 or 9, there's 7 members and an 8th bead that they made for their fandom, which is called Army, of course, if anybody's familiar with it. So it'd be 8 beads for them, the 7 members for the group, and then the 8th bead for the fandom. Breaking them down into the groups and selling them individual group-wise. Because if I did that, I would do $5 on for the 8-pack. Sounds expensive, but in reality, if you go to Hobby Lobby or somewhere, you're paying you're paying $10 for something like that. So I'm thinking about doing that. And then I've got cat eye beads like that. I have got Here, hold on. I'm going to show you some of this stuff. Hold on. Boy, I'm not getting up. I'm just going to slide my bin over here. Boy. Okay. These are, if you're into crafting and everything, these are focals that people use on keychains. They use them on, where's the box? Ooh, let me get the box. Hold on, one more thing. Okay, I'm going to get up on this one. Oops. Wait. Okay. Did I freeze up? Hold on. Okay. Okay. I don't know what happened. So, are any of you guys have y'all ever seen the beatable pens that everybody's into? Well, not everybody, but there's a bunch of people into them. A lot of these beads, literally. Yeah, let's do some cat eye. Okay, so I got these. I was doing all of my and I've slowly got into all kind of things. I'm just going to throw together a quick one. This is not by any chance how they would look, because you can pretty much design it the way you want. But this is the cat eye beads. Oh, that's not going to work. Let's take off one of the pink ones. Okay. Generally, I would use a focal bead like one of the ones I just showed you, but those focals are really big. Why do you keep doing that? Boy. Okay, so that's what it ends up looking like. But there's not supposed to be space here. But that's the beatable pins. I've got a bunch of those that I was thinking about doing. I just don't know how to go about any of this. I mean, I have got beatable pins with puff balls. I'm obsessed with these things. In fact, while I was in the hospital, I made like 6 or 7 with the nurses stuff. And handed some of those out as freebies to the nurses because they were so great. And I ended up selling some of my keychains while I was in there. Okay. I have got these that I played around with the idea of selling and adding like to my keychains. It's a cute little bunny, right? I love these things. They're so soft. Okay, there's those. I've got several of those. I don't have a bunch. But then, if you like, and you know anybody that likes Hello Kitty and all that nice stuff, there's a bunch of older ladies at my job that is crazy about Hello Kitty. I got these. This is part keychain. I was going to hang on to my beads. And I'm freezing up again. How does this keep freezing up? Okay, there we go again. Like this. There's just little cute little bags. I was going to hang my beads. Make a like a beaded chain to hang with these. And sell it like it's like a bundle. I'm sorry, JJ. I mean, there's Melody. There is Polka. There is Kuromi. There's Senna. Here is Hello Kitty. There's a bunch of those. Now, mind you, I got a bunch of this stuff while I was working. So I have got stuff. I have got Minion focals. I have got, these are called Swear Bears. Hold on, let me see if I can get one close enough for you to see. Okay. This one, I don't know if you could see it. It says, bitch, please. That's that Swear Bear. They're not Care Bears, they're Swear Bears. There's some on here that says, they're naughty beads. Okay. I got a bunch of those. Not a bunch. I've got several. I've even got, I don't know why I have to keep doing that. These are designer LV beads. Now, I don't know how much of I could show that, but you can get in trouble for those designers online. I've got these vocals. I've got so much stuff. These are fancy beads. I've got your furry spacer beads. All different colors. I've got more of these. Here's more. But I've got these. Every listing I make to sell on Etsy costs money. Pop wants me to sell. I know he does. He keeps asking about it. He wants me to bring. I'm bringing him some bracelets today to hand out to his ladies. The ladies that take care of him at that rehab. You guys will see this afternoon. He's I don't know. He's worried that he's going to lose followers because he's in the hospital. This, that, and the third. He is worried about that stuff, and I keep telling everybody keeps asking about him. Not to worry that y'all are not going to go anywhere. So, 109. Oh Lord, no, he didn't. He paid that fucking phone bill. Wow. This keeps going off and on. I'm not sure what's going on. Name a car for an edit. Forester. Everybody keeps texting asking them how I am, if I'm in pain and stuff like this. Yeah, Forester. It's a Subaru. Um, I don't know. Uh, but yeah, everybody keeps asking. Anyway, like I said, when I'm gonna go see Pop this, I'm gonna go see Pop this afternoon, and I'll go live again then. That's my situation. That's what's going on. If anybody's got any, do you think the freaking a small like a $400 GoFundMe is a good idea, or should I go ahead and try to pay this little bit of? It's $29 to get started. It's one time fee of $29, and then I have to pay for every listing I make. I just don't know what to concentrate on. Um, I will. I mean, you'll if you're on this afternoon, you'll get to see him. Because I'm gonna go live again. Um, I don't know. I'm just caught in a pickle, and I don't know what to do, because I can't wave a wand and the freaking money appear anywhere. I still can't believe they were supposed to. I thought they were going, because I was on actively trying to go on leave. I thought they would. No, that's stupid though, because they have to pay the fees for my insurance, for my medical insurance, because I was in the hospital and using the medical insurance. Oh my god. I completely forgot they were going to pull that. It's not $400 that they pull. It was like $380. So, but my check was supposed to be over $1,000, and it's not. It is so not. I hate trying to juggle and decide what gets paid and what doesn't. I don't want to pay with her lights, and I don't want to pay with the roof over our heads. I got to give her some more money, and I got to pay for the car. But that don't take care of cat food and gas, and um I got to pay errands, and I've got to pay. Oh, I got a list. What did I do with my list? I thought I took the damn list. Hello? I don't know why this keeps freezing. I'm going to go ahead and get off. I don't know what it's something with this account or whatnot. I'm going to try to go live in. If anybody's got any ideas, great. Please know that I'm not begging. I'm contemplating my options. Like I said, one of you guys suggested to do a small, like $400 or $500 GoFundMe. I'm tossing around that idea. I'm also tossing around the idea of spending money that I don't need to be spending, because I need to pay it on the bills. And doing something like that, trying to get some of my stuff sold. Um, anyway, I got ideas. I've got options. I just got to keep that in mind. I've got options. I just got to decide what to do. Um, and I don't want to discredit her opinion, because she's been a lot of help over the years, and had some really good advice. So I'm still contemplating like the $400 or $500 GoFundMe. But it makes me feel like I'm begging. And I'm constantly begging Pop not to do that, not to be asking everybody for money, because this, that, and the third. He never gives me the option of helping him, because he don't want to trouble me. But what I try to get him to understand is we're a household of 4 people. We're supposed to help each other. So if he can't ask me, who can't? Why is he asking everybody else? Why is he asking strangers? But at the same time, I understand the need to ask for help from time to time. These agencies down here don't help for a lot of stuff, especially when you have a job. Um, I don't know. I have no idea. Uh, thanks for everybody listening. Everybody's fine. Like I said, I will go live with him this afternoon. If anybody's got any ideas, great. Uh, I would show everybody my foot, but Jay says it looks like a zombie bit the toe off, and I'm kind of self-conscious because I did cry. I did cry when they took the bandage off. It to go from having a fully functioning foot to having 3 little toes hanging on at the end, and then this big old missing part. For a woman, I can't wear sandals anymore. That's the first thing I thought, but I never really wore sandals to begin with. I bawled my eyes out, to be honest. It was either lose that toe or lose my foot. You know, I didn't realize it was as bad. I thought I was doing good because I went to the ER prior to this to get some antibiotics, and they sent me home with the antibiotics and said it looked good. No infection. And this time was different. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I want my little small business to be successful, and I want to be able to make money. It hurts to not know what to do. I don't know what to do. I've never thought about running a business or starting one or anything. And I love to craft. It actually gets my mind off all of the stuff. I like to make these things. But buying supplies to make the stuff, I've come to understand that there's more money and profit to be made with the supplies itself. So now I'm trying to figure out how to go about that, to do the supplies itself, to be able to make the money with the supplies alone, and then maybe sell some of my stuff in between then. I just don't know how to do it. I want to set up a table. Since we're not using our laundry room because the washing machine don't work, and I've been going to other places to wash, I think I'm going to set my laundry room up as a little craft room and put my beads and stuff in there so I can scrapping pallet man, why are you crying? It's we're all right. I'm just trying to solve some immediate problems right now. Pop, I'm going to do a live this afternoon. So if you want to get on this afternoon to see Pop, great. Like I said, it's going to be like 5 at least. I just took my pain meds, and I know it's fixing to knock me out. That's why I'm trying to get all this out now. You just came on. Like I was telling everybody, please, yeah, it made me sad. I mean, come on. I was trying to save money to get my teeth fixed. Now, the foot, it affects my balance. And, you know, being a girl, I'd like the option to wearing pretty shoes and everything. Now I'm stuck to my Converse. When they first took the bandage off, I did bawl my eyes out. I cried. It was upsetting. It was very upsetting. I don't know. Hold on. Why is all this stuff popping up on my... You know what? I follow a bunch of these ladies who do their own crafts. And for some reason, when they post in this little group chat, I get all of their stuff. Okay. I don't know if y'all can see this. Can you see? Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, hold on. That is my foot. That's when they first took the bandages off. I bawled my eyes out. I'm not even gonna lie. It's upsetting. Um, I'm better now. That was the first time I saw it. Um, my youngest Jay was trying to make me feel better and making jokes, talking about, Mom, it looked like a zombie bit your toe off. It made me laugh in the middle of the tears, but I was really upset about it. It is what it is. We are in a pickle. Like I was telling everybody, we just got paid. We're trying to pay the bills and everything. Um, but I forgot that they take out from my benefits, which is a whopping $380. So my check is $700 and change. Donovan's check is after he pays his phone bill and pays his phone bill, he has got a whopping $200 in change left because he's only part-time and they've been cutting his hours. So he don't have a lot of money. We are almost 435 short of everything we need to pay what we got to pay for this time. I eat 2 weeks waiting for short-term disability to get started. One of you guys, a few of y'all have been emailing me at my personal email to keep in touch and, get updates on Pop. And one of you guys suggested doing a small GoFundMe. But like I was telling everybody, I get upset with Pop when he gets on there and cries, about not having this, that, and the third, instead of just asking us and letting us make arrangements trying to get it for him. It makes me feel some type of way. But yes, I do understand the need to ask for help from time to time, but I don't. It's never, if I could swing it, I swing it. But now being in this position with the foot and Pop out and not being able to, if I could go to work next week, I would. I would work on this. I would. I sure would. No hesitation. But the fear of losing my whole foot. Yes. Oh my gosh! And even working with Walmart, we're supposed to get free delivery. Oh no, not anymore. Not anymore. To compensate the free delivery, we have to spend at least $50 to get it delivered. Because I was just gonna have a bag of cat food delivered while I was in the hospital because I would post. I had a bunch of stuff at the hospital that I was making on the bed. A bunch of phone chains and everything, and I would spread them out when I knew these ladies were coming in. I sold like $40 worth of stuff just sitting in the bed at the hospital crafting, and so I had made enough to where I could order a bag of cat food for the cats to have it delivered. Oh no, I couldn't have it delivered because it was not over $50, and I work for them jokers. But that's where I'm at. Do I do the small GoFundMe she's suggesting, or do I want to sell my stuff? If I could sell my stuff, but I have to pay for every listing I make on Etsy. I have to pay a $29 lump sum, and what I'm scared about is paying all of this stuff to get it started, and then not selling anything. I have Verizon. Unfortunately, I switched to Verizon. The phone I'm on is just it was Boost Mobile, and it's a prepaid service. Jay's dad paid for the service to get to get turned on. I didn't tell him that it paid for my phone, my old phone too. That's how I'm on this one. But it's fixing to end, and I know his dad will not pay for this again. My phone is this one right here. Is an Apple phone through Verizon. We got that for Jay's Dexcom 7s because it's the only thing compatible with his Dexcoms. And they did let me push my phone bill back until the beginning of next month. So I got leeway there. I don't have leeway on the rent. because I'm still not caught up from her from the last time I was out of work. I don't get no leeway with the car because I'm behind still from the last time I was out for the first tow. Um, and the light bill, the way they helped me on the light bill, because our light bills were running $500 and $600 right off rip every month, $500 and $600. She suggested I go on pay as you go, and they charge off what I owe at that time, which was over $1,000. So we've been going on pay as you go. Oh no, not at my store, Amy, because if you go to my store, the one I work at, if you go through the self-checkout line, you check out the first order that you want to check out because you're doing it. And then you go through the second, after you cash that one out, and then you go through the second one. They don't say anything. Um, my store literally only opens up two regular checkout lines for the people cashing you out itself. Oh no, not anymore. They don't. Um, yeah, I wish I could switch to Straight Talk, but because I have to, because of this phone, because I have to make payments on this phone because I couldn't afford the phone. I had to go through Verizon, and Boost Mobile, literally for this Boost Mobile for just Jay's service, it's $135, which is not bad, but that's three phones. Um, one of which is not being used at all. Uh, that phone literally is sitting over here on the table, and but if you go to take that phone off, that phone bill actually goes from 135 up to 156 because it's a family plan. The more lines you have, the cheaper the phone service is. I'm not fixing to add any lines. If this phone was paid off, I'd put it on the Boost Mobile and just stay on Boost Mobile because Boost Mobile has been the best provider that I've had as far as cell phone service. Um, I can go without a cell phone. I have no problem. The only thing we can't go without here is internet. Um, Internet, the lights, and the car payment and the rent is what we're pickled on right now because I've got enough to pay part of it, but not all of it. I'm short $386 if my calculations are right. And then if you factor in cat food, cat litter, dog food, you're tacking on another like 435 to bring it up to like 435, 450 roundabout. We just Pop's food stamps come in on the 28th, so we'll have some food stamps there. Grocery wise, since I'm home, I'm trying to limit what I do, but I can do more. I'll be able to cook, because I'm going to be home. Right now, it'll be just me and Jay because Donovan is going to be working overnight. Hopefully, they'll let him pick up some hours. Again, it don't fix the problem right now. The problem right now is I need to come up with fucking 435 or a massive truckload of cat food and these little miscellaneous bills to disappear. Then we would be fine. That's why I want to do my business. I wish I knew more about it. I got so much stuff prepared. I've checked out Straight Talk, Amy. I have. I contemplated Straight Talk. But when we first got Boost, we decided with Boost because the family plan was cheaper with Boost than it was with Straight Talk. The service with Straight Talk, I think, is better than Boost. But as far as money-wise, percentage, it was cheaper to go with Boost. And now I can't do any of that right now. I don't know. I have no idea. But I just heard Pop say, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. I told him Really? That's great. It's for three phones. For three phones with Boost, it's 135. But that is like the best plan that they have because let's face it, they're gamers. They like to play these damn games on the phone all the time. Only thing I do on my phone is I tend to watch my dramas and my shows on the phone. But they eat up data, so I had to get the best data plan. So that brought it up to, if it wouldn't have been for that, the mid grade, we would have only been paying $110 for three phones. But because of the data plan, it brought it up to 135. I wish I could go back to that and just keep it. But because of Jay's Dexcom, that's where I had to get this damn thing. That's a whole nother plan on itself. And until I get that phone paid off, I have to keep that bill paid. Plus, it's more important for his Dexcom than it is to be able to play on these phones and do video games. But like I said, his dad actually did help with that and paid it last time. He don't help a lot, so I can't complain when I do get a little help from him. I don't know. Anyway, if anybody's got any suggestions, and you know who I'm talking, don't think I'm disregarding if she's in here. I don't know if she's in here. I don't see her. You know who would I'm not disregarding the GoFundMe suggestion. I'm still contemplating it. So don't think I didn't take your suggestion serious. If I'm probably I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. But oh yeah. Yeah, they don't do free phones down here very often unless you're getting on a plan, or it's the little ones that's not compatible with his Dexcom. That's why, like again, that's why I had to get this thing. But I'm not disregarding your idea for the GoFundMe. I'm going to contemplate it. It's a small one. Worst case, people, no, I can't. I can't help or whatever. That's fine. I just don't. I think it's more of the feeling it gives me. But at the same time, desperation calls for desperate measures, right? I don't know. I'm looking on the bright side. I haven't figured out how to. Consumer cellular is the best. We have three phones. Oh, really? I've not heard of consumer cellular down here. Yeah, I've got my dad's. My dad is Straight Talk, and it is through the government, and the phone is crap. I have it because he can't see the screen. In fact, that's this one right here. That's this one right here. It's free. It's free. It just don't do a lot. It doesn't do a lot. It's I think strong enough to sign on and do his bank app. Hold on, let me see if it'll even do it. Yeah, it signs on and is able to do his bank app. That comes up pretty quick. Whole $23 in there. Anyway, but yeah. So I don't know. That's what's going on. If anybody's got any ideas on like doing small business, I don't know if anybody's got suggestions on how to do a small business, because I've never done it. I grew up watching Pop do his, but he always had people that was very knowledgeable about setting certain things up, and it wasn't online. It was always out and open. I've looked at there's a fair. I would love to do this craft fair, but it's $55 for the table. And I know I could sell some stuff that particular day. That's June 20th or 22nd. I can't remember. But again, it's $55 just to book the table. I've done some research on how to do those. But I don't know. It just depends. I'm not sure. And everything's online now. That's why I'm looking at Etsy, and I'm looking at Shopify. Shopify is they're kind of expensive. I just think I could sell some of this stuff. I know I could sell some of this stuff. I've even got, hold on. Oh, you name it. There's more of my fuzzy pins. There's my crystal pins. There's so many things I've got that I can sell, that I've been adding. It's when I found the pins on sale on TikTok. You got 10 beadable pins for $1, and then you add the beads. I want to make beadable pin kits. The DIY beadable pin kits that you can buy on Etsy. At, let's say, $10 for a kit, and the kit to put together a kit, it would be less than like $5 for the kit for just the accessories. I've got ideas. I just don't know how to execute them. I don't know how to execute them. I just want to be able to bring more to the table so we're not struggling all the time. Yeah, yeah. Basically we shop every once in a while at Amazon, but most part Walmart. Being able to shop at Sam's Club would be great. I even have a Sam's card. That's one of the things that comes out of my paycheck. But I don't know. I don't know. Let me see something. Hmm. Oh my goodness. I was trying to see if it's still showing. Mm, I'm trying to figure it out. Okay. Anyway. No, there's okay. We have like arts and crafts stores, but not a vendor. They have craft fairs here. The next craft fair is on the 20. It's either 20th or 22nd of June. Um, which I would love to do. Oh, I would love to do it, but it's $55 a table. So for somebody who don't know exactly how to go about and work around these fairs, I'm scared to spend the money. I'm sitting here trying to find the extra $400 just to pay bills now. So do I spend the money on spend some money, extra money, like going ahead and finish setting up my Etsy, that Facebook Marketplace? I actually have stuff on there, and I've sold nothing. Um, but with my the Facebook Marketplace, to do what I want to do as far as like do, because I want to be I want to be somebody. Okay, I want to do my crafts, but for the most part, I want to do the uh I want to be a place where if you're doing beading, you come to me and get a bunch of the acrylic beads or the focal beads, because I've got a great connection to get this stuff. 334 755. 334 755. 334. 334, 755. Okay. So, but I want to be the person you come to get these extra, these, because a lot of the stuff I get from this one lady in China. Um, and she's been able to get me some really good deals on this stuff. Uh, but a whole bunch, that's where I get all the stuff that I make. I get through, I get most of my supplies from her. I do get it from Hobby Lobby too when they have a good sale on. But when I found, her name's Evie, this little Chinese lady in China. My Lord, I've got some amazing stuff from this lady. And, uh, if I tell her what I'm looking for, the type of stuff I'm looking for, she will go out and find them and sell it to me next to nothing. But they're still making money. And then I want to like, because I was trying to buy in bulk when I could from her. And I got some bulk stuff, like the pins. I've got a bunch of pins. I want to break it down and resell it here. But I want to put together, like I said, like with the beatable pins, I want to put together like a DIY beatable pin kits to where you can, a fun thing to do with your mom or your kids or, you best friend. You sit there and it comes with the pins, and it comes with some beads and focals that y'all can, sit down together and design your own pins. I'm gonna look, Amy, I will look to see if there is any, like acrylic bead supplies, places on Facebook Market. See if that's, uh, that's what I'm gonna, I'm gonna play around with that idea too. Like I said, I've got stuff on Facebook Marketplace, but nothing is sold, at all. Nothing is sold. Um, it just depends. There's like I said, I got options. It's just I'm stuck right now, and I can't not think straight for nothing. I'm trying to do too much and think about too much, trying to figure it out. Uh, but again, I'm gonna go ahead and get off. It's been an hour. Check back this afternoon so y'all can see Pop. I will get on so y'all can for a live with him, and we'll go from there. Because he really misses you guys. Uh, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I will talk to you guys later.